Right, so today we have a guest on the channel.
Hello.
This is Mimi, and I wanted to get Mimi on because I see her on Instagram. She's looking always beautiful. She has a social life we could only dream of. But I didn't even know that you are dealing with what we call chronic and invisible illnesses.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to talk to you about that because I think, like we were discussing just now, there's loads of coverage now coming through about invisible illnesses, but there's an emphasis more on the people that are maybe 90% or more bedridden.
Yeah.
And then there's people like you or me that might look like we're perfectly well and normal, but actually there's stuff going on behind the scenes.
And like there's some days where we're just totally fine and completely fine and out, and people see us at festivals and think we're cool, there's nothing wrong with us. And then you're like, oh, I can't come out today, I'm sick. And oh, sorry, can't do it again. I'm also sick. And it's always like things you don't really want to transfer with people.
Yeah, because we were talking about how we often feel like we're really bad friends because we look like we're able to go out on nights out, go to festivals like you say, but then there'll be some days that we'll have to opt out of people's birthdays or special occasions or something.
The birthdays are the worst. And engagement parties and stuff where you're like, oh, I really want to go, but I also need to work this week. And you need to choose between like money or seeing your friends, and it's mean.
Yeah, you feel mean because you are not present for a lot of moments that a good friend should be present for, but at the same time we need to manage our energy so we can get those little bits of money to try and make enough to live a normal life, and also like conserve energy just so we can do other stuff, whether it's been shopping for food or doctor's appointments or whatever it is that week.
Yes, I really forget about doctor's appointments. So the worst, because you're going to the doctor because you're sick, but then you have to go to the doctor and you're sick.
And it will make you worse.
You know, you're like, oh, I need to go, but I can't. I cancel doctor's appointments because I can't get to the doctor's because I'm sick. And you're like, but that's why I go. You're just like, that's dumb. It's a real thing. You're like, even if I cancel my doctor, like, you don't feel as bad than cancelling on a friend because you're like, I cancelled on my own health getting better. Like, guys, come on. Like,
that's how bad it is.
Like, I want to go fix myself, but I can't. Like, sorry.
But even before I came to you today, like, you sent a message almost like, if I can't make you a tea or coffee, it's not because I don't want to.
Yeah.
So it's obviously something that's always on your mind, that you want people to know it's not because you're aloof or rude or playing it cool or that you don't want to hang out with them. Sometimes you're just conserving your energy. Yeah,
you're like, because a lot of the time, like, people think I'm quite rude sometimes. I'm like, I'm not really rude. I just don't want to waste my energy. It's not even don't want to waste, it's just like I'm quite shaky as a person, so like making someone's tea and you pass it to them, you're like, oh, sorry.
Get all over them.
There you go.
Surgery burns.
And then you get the people that like bring it up, so they notice that you're shaking and they try and give you stuff to like make you warm. You're like, oh my god, I'm clearly sweating at this point. And I'm not, please stop putting those on me. Like, it's nice that you're trying to care, but it's just a thing, because you're like, just don't comment on it. Like, it's obvious that I'm shaking. We can all see. Like, nobody needs to go, oh, you're shaking. Yes.
So that's interesting because I think a lot of people maybe with mental health and maybe illnesses they don't understand, a lot of them probably don't make the best decisions because they're scared that they might upset us or say the wrong thing. So what is the solution of people asking the right questions, or how would you like your friends or people to go about it?
I feel like if people approach it in that they want to learn rather than they're just nosy, like, if they genuinely want to be educated on like why your life is that way or why like you've made that decision, then like fine. But if it's just because they just want to know, like, I was like, well, you don't really need to.
It's quite intrusive. It can feel.
It's like it's to do with anything as well. It's not just like this. Well, it's like to like even sexuality and stuff. When people ask about other people's like sexuality, it's like that's really personal. Like, don't do that unless you're trying to like educate yourself in some way because you're ignorant to something and maybe that person could help you understand something. But no.
That's a good point actually, because I always think about like how we portray ourselves on the internet when we have got maybe an invisible illness, because when I put the horrible stuff up, like when I'm in bed or I'm really ill, people are like, that's really depressing, you're bringing me down, or you're dwelling, or I don't need to see it. But when I just put the highlight stuff, like the fun stuff where I'm feeling well, they're like, oh, you're not even ill, I don't believe you.
And they're like having a go at you because you're not ill that day. You're like, what do you want from me? Like, so either you want me to be really happy, but then if I am sick, you don't believe me, or no, that annoys me the most, because I always get scared to post stuff online, because you're like, I know people are going to get annoyed and they're going to get bored of seeing it, and you're like, but it happens every day, so like,
and you get judged whichever way you go with it. And I also feel like no one should feel forced to talk about their medical issues, but at the same time we should feel that we can if we want to, and if we feel it helps us to share that.
And sometimes it's cool. So like for me, I've been sharing some stuff on like mine, and there's been people, because EDS it's not that rare, but it's like not everyone has it. So you get a couple of people that have got it and they just didn't know anyone else that's ever had it. So like they'll come up and some of the messages, like they're just so excited to talk to another person that has something. You're just like, oh, they get me every time. You're like, no, we're quiet. It's like, oh my god, they've done it. And they'll like just share advice and like just be like, is this normal? Has this happened to you? And sometimes you're like, because if you're like no, they'll go to the doctors. But like otherwise you're just like, it's probably normal. I don't know, this is probably fine. They believe it for ages. Like a lot of people go like undiagnosed for years until they're like, well, like 25, 26. Because then you start getting a bit older and it starts hurting more. But like people go undiagnosed because they just think it's normal. Like you just live and you're like, oh.
You feel like those aches and pains are what everyone must have. Or those weird symptoms. That's just how I am.
That's the worst, because you're like, you think everyone else has the same thing that you do, and you're like, why can't I do anything? Like, what's wrong with it? You're actually like, why? I don't understand.
So what pushed you to finally go to doctors? Look, I don't think I'm quite right. What's going on? Can you actually explore this? What made you push forward?
I've been a few times when I was younger, but because I was so skinny, and like when I have no makeup on, I've got really like black like eye bags, but I look like I am a crackhead or something. Terrible. I remember my doctors being like, what drugs have you taken? I was like, nothing. I don't do drugs.
Bit judgmental.
I was like, it was in my notes one time. I went to A&E, and I can't remember what it was for, but it's for something to do with what I've got now. It was like, I think it was one where I get really swollen and red, and they're like, what drugs have you done? It's like, I don't do drugs. I really don't. I was like, drug test me. Like, please, like, do it. Like, because you're not helping me. I don't know. And anyway, I went home, and then a couple of weeks later I went to my doctor's, and it was literally in my notes that they'd asked me, and I refused to tell them what drugs I'd taken. I was like, I've never done drugs. Like, I was like, treat me. But yeah, ridiculous. So that was in my notes, like, permanently for.
That's annoying that they went there first before exploring the other potential possibilities. They instantly thought, oh, it's probably that.
Yeah, like, it's fine. I think because it was like a Saturday morning, so
that's
it was probably the worst time to go, and it wasn't in the nicest town, so really. But yeah, I moved and then I got older, and then they started taking me more seriously. But it was Ollie, my boyfriend, that pushed me to do it, because he was getting really annoyed. Because if you don't know, like I didn't know, so we just both thought I was lazy. And yeah, because I was like, I don't want to go, and we'd go on like, we'd go do fun stuff like Natural History Museum and stuff, but you get halfway around, and then I'm like, oh, I can't walk anymore. And you don't know why, you just get, because I get really grumpy before I notice I'm ill, so I'm horrible. So that's the only reason we know, like, I'm getting a flare-up or something away, because I'm
the mood changes.
Oh my god, that's the worst. And I didn't know it's happened until it's too late. I'm like, oh,
there's no going back now.
But so I'm getting diagnosis. So I finally went. I was 25. And because I was 25, they started to take me seriously. And they were like, I just happened to have this doctor, and he specialises in rare diseases, and he was like, you have this, like, you do. I was like, no, I don't, you're lying to me. And then I got passed through a rheumatologist, and like, no, you do have this. And I was like, you're just trying to make extra money. Don't have it. And then I got home, and I think I pushed on Ollie, and all the points they pushed me on, I was like, this hurts you, doesn't it? And he was like, no. I was like, no, it does, you're lying. Because I just genuinely thought I even felt it. And then I was like, oh yeah, maybe I am.
So why, when they were saying to you, you've got this, you know, all these voices, why were you so like, no, I don't? What, was it a fear, or you didn't want to accept the diagnosis, or had you convinced yourself that no, it's just me being silly?
Yeah, it literally was that. I was like, I'm not really ill. They're just trying to say I am, and I was like, why would they?
Yeah.
What is the motive? Like the whole time I've gone with being like not diagnosed at all and trying to get some help, and then the one time they do help me, I'm like, you're lying.
Yeah.
It's not true. Yeah, that's very silly. I think it's not even denial, because like once you have a name for something, you're like, oh, I can start treating it.
Yeah.
That's great. But yeah, it's just like no.
It just took a while to kind of settle in and realise actually it's good to have a diagnosis. I know now how to move forward with this.
Because otherwise you're just ill. You're gonna be ill either way. Like having a name for it doesn't change what's going on in your life.
No.
It's just, now you can like get some medication that will help.
But I do think it helps. Like if you don't have your diagnosis yet, or you don't have that solidified. Yeah. It's hard for people to understand or be sympathetic because they're like, well, there's nothing medically official there yet, so they're less, I don't know, inclined to believe or trust what you're saying, I think.
It was poor boyfriend again, so, because I just stopped doing everything altogether, and we didn't know why, and it was, because it just makes you look like you've just withdrawn completely, like, as a person from them, and that's all they're seeing, so it was really hard for him. So once I did get the diagnosis, he was like, I'm sorry. Yeah. I didn't know. I'm like, I didn't even, it's fine.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just like, it does help a lot with people taking it more seriously. Being like, oh, that's the thing. And because they can Google it, they don't have to ask them. Like, they can just go home and Google and like, oh, this is what this person has. That is the thing.
Do you know what? Not enough of people in my life actually make the effort to do that. They'll be like, oh, so you've got ME and I might have EDS now as well, but we can talk about that later. They think, oh, you're just tired. I'm like, there is so much more that you can have as a result of these illnesses, like weird symptoms that you wouldn't think are related. So please just have a quick read somewhere so you understand that maybe when I'm having IBS issues or bladder issues or whatever, it's related.
People never think of any of those ever, because you're like, it's just one thing, you're like, oh, they're just the symptoms of that one condition. It's like, but there's loads of side effects.
Like you might just be achy sometimes, it's not just
Oh god, that's the worst one. But then I'm an avid Googler, and I think everyone else does it, and they don't.
No, I don't think they do. Or maybe they're not Googling the right things. They're Googling some things they probably shouldn't be Googling.
That's more likely. I don't know, it just annoys it, because I always used to do it anyway when people had stuff I didn't know what it was, because I was just like, I need to know, and I don't want to ask them, because, that whole thing where you're like, I'm asking out of, like, nosy reasons. I'm like, I don't really care. That's terrible, but you're like, I don't really care how it affects them that much. I'm asking because it's nosy. So I'm like, Google.
I'll do it without bothering them.
Because you're like, they'll tell you things, you're like, oh that's literally what people do, and they do it to like, oh, I get it. And you're just like, I know you don't care, and I'm wasting all this time telling you about it. And then you'll get bored and you'll think I'm being depressing, and you're like, I'm not being depressing, stop thinking it's depressing, it's just my life.
It's just what it is.
And you telling me it's depressing now makes me feel bad.
Oh, maybe it is really depressing.
You're like, for both reasons, so you're like, you feel bad because you made someone depressed, and then you feel bad because you're like, oh, my life is it horrible? And you're like, no. Stop making me feel that way.
And I think people need to think a little bit more when they like ask questions that could be related to it. Like I often, if I choose not to eat something or to have an alcoholic drink, they go, oh, so why do you choose not to drink? And like, for instance, if I was an alcoholic, that's an awkward question to ask. But you shouldn't ask someone, because I don't want to tell them I will diarrhea all over this place. Like, do you really want to hear that?
No, I do.
So like,
tell them.
Why do they need to ask? Just go, it's fine that you're not drinking. I don't need to know why you're not. You've chosen not to. That's all you need to know, kind of thing.
I've never got the why are you not drinking thing.
I get it all
weird.
the time.
Yeah.
Literally all the time.
I don't know why you don't ask. Because you're like, there's obviously a reason, or there's not. Like,
nosiness. We're all nosy. We're all inherently nosy.
But you'd just be like, oh, they're not drinking. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Because it's worse when like an attractive guy asks you, so why don't you drink?
Oh,
you're like,
God, no.
Your mind's like, do I lie or do I say that?
I'd lie. I'd be like,
squid everywhere. I don't know what to say.
Like when I'm out, I get you know how the cups are different if you get a soft drink or a mixer. I'll get all my soft drinks in a mixer glass, so it looks like I'm drinking vodka mixer.
That's what I need to do.
So
Tips
good.
all over the
So
place.
good. You get a bit of lime in there, and you're like, cool, that looks like
Right.
vodka Coke.
Okay, moving forward, but don't give the game away for everyone.
I
The
know.
same place, they'll be like,
So
cup
bad.
trick.
But then I've had the opposite, where I've had a drink, and like at 2003 Festival, I had a can of Monster, and it was full of gin and tonic, which was absolutely full, and I didn't want anyone questioning why I was drinking that day, because I've been sober on the first 2 days, because like, I'll be good, I'll be really good, look after myself. And then last day I was like, I do fancy a gin, but I fancy also no judgment.
Yeah.
So, but it was a bit strong, like very, very drunk. I thought I was being really like stealthy, but then I was very drunk. So it was like, and everyone's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. It's just a monster." Definitely wasn't. It was
Definitely.
You know, you're just like, didn't work as well as I thought, but I tried.
That's the thing, like, we should be able to do those, because I have those cheat days where I'm like, I'm going to have a cocktail, because I want to feel normal, and I like the taste of this cocktail,
Yeah.
and I'll deal with the consequences that might happen.
Yeah.
But then people will, when you next say, no, I don't drink, they'll be like, well, I saw you drinking
Yes.
there, and guilt you for doing that.
I hate that one the most, because I always say I don't drink, and you get some, because I always have a drink in my hand as well, and there's some, a lot of the times when I'm drinking, I'll have like half or like a sip out of the drink, but I don't when I get drunk.
Yeah.
Because it opens up a whole lot.
Yeah,
So,
yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll like, so people always see me with a drink in my hand. So there's some people that aren't really my friend that think I drink a lot, but the people that are, they're like, no, you buy drinks and then don't drink them. I'm like,
And just keep your hands busy. It's
Yeah.
nice to have your hands busy
yeah,
sometimes, isn't
it's
it?
sometimes why I feel like I smoke, because it's just like, which is so bad. I know I shouldn't smoke, because smoke is bad, but it really doesn't help anything. But I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like smoking and drinking. It's just, I like it. I like to hold
Yeah.
something. You're like, it's nice.
Makes sense. But talking about like you choosing to smoke, like there's things I do that I know probably don't help my health or how I feel, but at the same time, when you're managing your energy and you are kind of left out of things that normal people your age are doing, sometimes you need to have those little joys to get you through a week, whether it's going out for a meal that you can't afford or you should be eating, those sorts of things. But when you're not living the life you thought you'd have by this stage, you need to do those things just to keep your morale up and keep yourself happy and stuff. So I think people need to be less judgmental when we do naughty things.
Yeah, because I quit smoking for over a month, and like it's at that point everyone says they can then quit, and the whole time I was like, I just want a cigarette, and it's the one thing that I really enjoy in life. It was like I really like smoking a cigarette, and it's the best. And it's just, I don't know, the health benefits after a month are so negligible that I was like, no, I'm gonna smoke. Like, I know.
Oh, really? But I totally understand that way of thinking.
Yeah, and then it's like the thing that will get me out of bed, because addiction definitely overrides everything else. And you know, like, because some days I will not get up and I will not have a cigarette, and I'll wait for Ollie to come home. And I'm like, please take me for a cigarette. It's 6:30 in the evening. I've been up since 9 in the morning, and I'm just sat there like, I need a cigarette. But I can't get downstairs today. But yeah, I'll wait for him. But usually, if I'm feeling a bit and like I could get up, it'll be the one thing that'll get me out of bed, always. And I'll just go sit downstairs or outside. It's just quite nice because we've got like a really leafy garden. So
yeah, it's nice around here.
Yeah, it's just quite relaxing. You're like, okay, I'm up. It's not that bad.
Yeah, and if you get that 5 minutes of just that peace and joy for a day, then maybe, you know, you have to weigh it up, but...
Yeah, you're like, it's definitely not good. Like,
yeah, we're not condoning it.
No, it is the worst.
But I can see the pattern of thought.
Yeah. They're doing like vapes are getting better and better.
Yeah.
No, so...
The vape life is coming. Maybe.
Good.
We'll see.